into them, I bet they would think that's hilarious.
Like a yeah, okay.
Dude, that would be awesome.
I love bloopers. So
who doesn't love bloopers? And it
know.
would give, like, they would see you have, like, a sense of humor.
They'd be like, Jackie's cool, we're gonna hang with her. But not a gay robot. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna put this somewhere where I don't spill it.
I was born talking gay robot, so it's just inevitable, I know. Like, I came out of the room and was the womb and was like, Mom!
Mom!
I'm Jackie! And this is my voice.
That's how you cry. This is just a fail already. I feel like I need to... Hold on.
Okay.
I need to get my nerves out.
You have nerds? Oh. Sorry. Sorry.
Oops. Do you think I said it? God, that was unpleasant. Did you think I said I had nerds?
Yeah, but I meant nerves.
Oh, I thought you... Okay. I thought you thought I said I have to get my nerds out.
No, I said that, but I meant nerds.
Okay. All right, wait.
So fat in this. Oh my god. I know, like typical woman.
Yeah, no shit. That's okay. The camera ends.
Fat and pale.
Well, I'm
There's Dave. I can't quite get it. Dave.
Oh wait, my hand doesn't work. Okay, I'm done. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we're...
I know, because like now we're kind of silly, but...
Okay.
That's what happens when...
Okay.
When we've been drinking.
Just give me a minute. Okay.
I know, it's so like
it's hard
weird.
to like get back into serious mode. Okay.
I know. But I think once we like...
Yeah, because it'll be conversation. First question. Go.
Okay, so as a musician, do you think that it's important to incorporate music from past musicians? Like people that you're a fan of from like the 60s or 70s in your music?
I don't think it's important. Oh, well, I guess it could be important to some people, but I think it's inevitable more than anything because, like, as a musician, the first songs you learn to play are your favorite songs from, like, people from, like, the 60s and 70s or rock bands. I mean, I learned a whole Black Sabbath album, like, in a week, you know. So I think that just kind of that by mimicking them, you create your own style that's unique, but influenced by all the music you've listened to and grown up to, so.
Right. Like, I think the first song that I ever learned how to play on piano was Yesterday, the Beatles.
Right.
So it was like, you can't not.
Yeah. I mean, when I first learned guitar before I started taking lessons, it was just figuring out tabs online. It was all like, every AC/DC album,
Yeah.
Black Sabbath, any Led Zeppelin song that I could figure out, which wasn't many. But I think those, and because you learn later in life that solo that you played was in E minor pentatonic,
yeah.
you can't help but incorporate those connections that happen. It's weird, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah. And so with all the music that's changing over time, do you ever feel pressure to constantly create something that's new or refreshing? Or is it okay to like constantly incorporate those? Or a good balance of both?
I think if you are a good musician or a musician who's true to yourself, you don't think about that as much. You know, there are, manufactured musicians who are trying to sound like everybody else for the sole reason that they will get popular. But, you know, every interview that I've watched with every famous musician and blah, 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 is always like, you know, stay true to yourself and you're blah, you know. But that is cliche as it is. It's true. So I don't know if it's... I think it happens or it doesn't, I guess, you know.
Okay.
You're influenced, but if your music sounds that way, it does, and, you know, it's up to yourself, I guess.
And when you said like people that just want to like be famous.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think record labels are kind of a source of that? Do they? Because for my opinion, I think that they're kind of like this celebrity generator.
Oh yeah.
They just kind of like make and manufacture these like glorified pop stars.
Absolutely. Well, and you know that's I 100% agree because they're not out to. I mean, it's a business, so they're out to make money more than they are to care about their musicians, and I think that started back like in this like the Monkees. You know, like they were just a totally manufactured pop band who kind of went off on their own. But yeah, I definitely think that record labels are mostly out just to make money, and if they can manipulate you and your sound however they want to get you on the radio and whatever, then that's their job.
Because I kind of feel like it didn't really start that way. You know, I feel like if you wanted to even record music, you had to have a contract with a label.
Yeah. Totally.
And now it's like, it's basically to like set you up with this like conglomerate like marketing staff.
Yeah, it's a lot more than, you know, somebody letting you come in and use a studio. It's a whole conglomerate, like you said.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean, and now I don't even think they're that necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody who is truly invested in it go out and spend $500 or $600 and get a couple mics, get some like foam put up on the wall, like A card, and create a small studio, and then spend some money on a software program, and you're kind of good to go if you're dedicated. But
do you feel like the music that the record labels put out sort of like diminishes the artistical merit of music?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it diminishes. I think it
because like for me, I kind of feel like it. You know, we have like we put Miley Cyrus on stage, and she's like, "Oh, I've never heard a Jay-Z song because like my dad raised me on this person," and then she does like a cover of Nirvana,
right?
But then at the same time, like her music has like no reflection of that. She's just sort of like tying herself to these musicians, and it's like
right.
So people that see her saying those things like just automatically think that there's merit behind her music,
right? But I don't think a whole lot of people understand that pop artists 80% of the time don't even write their own songs, and they just
there's 9 writers on We Can't Stop.
Yeah, I actually, and it wasn't even meant for her.
Yeah,
it was meant. It was meant for Rihanna, I think.
Yeah,
and so that is in it. Like knowing that in itself is upsetting. Like everything that goes behind a song is done by a whole group of people behind the scenes, and then they just pick whoever they think it'll work for. So it's incredibly shallow, and it's not fair to say that people are less of an artist because this is the way the music industry is. A lot of them are. A lot of them are great at what they do. They just don't really get a chance to showcase it because they're not allowed to. Right. And that's, I think, how record labels manipulate these almost like soulless creatures. And
or just like people that are so like desperate to just sing in front of a crowd of people and like hear them sing back.
Right. And those people aren't going to sing back a cover of Nirvana. They're going to sing back We Can't Stop.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could be famous that way. I don't think that if you really love what you're doing, you could handle knowing that an audience of 50,000 people is singing back and getting into a song that's not yours at all.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and so because we were talking about like the artistic merit.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan is like releasing no, because they have come up with this like ingenious idea in like releasing their new album in June, because they were like, oh, nobody appreciates the art of music. So what they're doing is they're releasing one physical copy of this album, and it's going to be released to a museum, and in order to hear it, you have to go to this museum and experience it as if you would a work of art.
Wow, that's...
Yes. And it's going to travel, like, it's going to go on tour to, like, some other museums.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be an exhibit.
Yeah. Like a painting. Like, if you wanted to go and, like, see Picasso
Talk about
person.
merit.
Yeah.
That is... Wow. Good.
I think
well
that is
done.
the most, like, perfect idea that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Of releasing music and releasing an album.
Well, because now it's not even... There's no such thing as a release. You don't have to go to any store to get it. It's just... Find it
right
on
there
bootleg.
on your, like, iTunes
yeah,
app.
yeah, just, it's ridiculous. So I think that puts a lot more quality to it.
Yeah, because music is, like, constantly just, like, flooding at us. It's, like, so accessible.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.